What's up? What's up? What's up? What's up, people? What's up, people? How you doing, people? How you doing? I'm out here with the usual gentleman Carl with me from Pitch Points as always. We always feature. So right now, as you're watching this stream on my channel, you're also watching it on Carl's channel. We had Adam, but it looks like we've lost him. He's having issues with the internet. So look, me and Carl will go on. The show has to go on. So how have you been, Carl? I think we were on Space together an hour ago.
Yeah. I've been good. Good day at work.
Yeah.
Good breaks, and some really good discussion today about all kinds of things. Some really good discussion. We got a good education from an old City fan who was at Main Road. He really had a good 5 minute discussion about what it was like back in the day at the Main Road and how he feels now and his great appreciation for the club, for the hierarchy, and just how it's just a good perspective, for us who went at Main Road back in the day. It was really good, and Adam hosted it. It was fantastic. So yeah.
Yeah, man. Adam has become a specialist at hosting spaces. What about Adam yourself? How
Yeah,
have
I'm
you been,
alright.
man? How is the weekend, man? What any plans?
Not that much, but it's probably gonna cut out because of the internet, so I may end up cutting out.
No, it's fine, man. Yeah, we always know that you've got brick internet. We know that already. Anyway, so guys, before we go on, I would like you to just yeah, so basically like the video and subscribe to the channel. Subscribe to Pitch Point, subscribe to True City Fan. We're both, as I say, working together, working at the same time, and also put your notification buttons on for Pitch Points and also put your notification buttons on for True City Fan. So guys, look, we're gonna carry on with this. So we're gonna discuss Southampton versus Man City. Uh for me personally, this game has been very difficult. Bless you. This game has been very difficult. Recently, there have been very difficult games with Southampton. I don't know what sort of formula or whatever. Is it Hussenhoff or whatever his name is? He's become one of the most difficult teams we play against. He somehow knows how to play against Man City. He locks up the defense. Abdullah, hi guys. Hope you're all well with you. Hope all is well with you guys. Yeah, hope is all is well with you, man. Happy New Year, man. I haven't seen you long, so happy New Year. So, guys, as I said, Southampton has become very difficult. They seem to not make it an easy game for City. So, what do you think? I'm going to start with you, Carl. What do you think so far about Southampton and how we've been playing them? While I load up the head-to-head.
I mean, we drew the game. We played in September, and I'll talk about the reasons why we drew the game. I'll talk about the reasons why. The game before that, we won 1-0 away, which was a good point for us. The game before that, Zinchenko made a terrible back pass, and they scored a goal and shut it down. Game before that, we won 3-1. So I don't know, man. I think we have this recency bias where we feel like, oh, somehow Southampton are this bogey team for City. They're really not, in my opinion.
No, I'm not gonna use bogey team for this one. I'm not using bogey team for this one. I'm not using bogey team.
Look at those results. Okay, 0-0, 5-2. We won 1-0 again, and if you scroll down, they won 1-0. That was a Zinchenko mistake. After that, we won. So they've only won one game out of 4 or 5, right?
Yeah.
So it's
they've won game out of 5. I think it's just the frustration, that the frustration they give us these days. I think that's more what the issue is. What about yourself, Adam? What do you think? Is Adam with us?
I'm not sure. I think his internet is down.
Yeah, his internet is down again. Okay, cool. So Carl, go ahead.
Yeah, I mean, every team, like I always say to people, I say, look, people say, oh, you can see the goal. Well, the other team didn't come and sell ground now. They came to actually play. They didn't come and sell cola nut at your ground.
I give them respect for that. I give them respect for the fact that these days Southampton play football. Do you remember that time when Pep was complaining to Nathan Redburn that you're such an attacking player? Why are you allowing yourself to be very defensive? And he was talking to him after the games.
Yeah. So I expect them to do the same thing again. And they're at home. And the good thing is that they're at home, so they're going to try and go for it. The question for us is, what do we change in our formation on our team? Because I can give you the team that played against them in September, and I wasn't surprised with the result. And I'll tell you why in a minute. But I expect this time around.
What's the question, Patrick?
Oh, the question was just like, have you seen the recent times Southampton have become a very difficult team? But Carl just pointed out that the other good thing about Southampton is they don't sit back like other teams. They play against us, so maybe that's where at least it's a bit of a fight, a bit of a game sauce. And what do you think
Yeah,
yourself
very true.
of Southampton recent results with City? Obviously, the results are in our favor, but they've had few moments where they've caused a bit of an
Yeah,
upset.
especially that game that we lost. We were poor and we were doing that inverted wingers that Carl doesn't like.
You had to mention those, didn't you? You had to mention the winning us.
With the
Yeah,
last game, I mean, the last game that we played against them, I think the formation. So the problem with that last game is that we had two issues in that game.
yeah. Go ahead. You know what? Go ahead, Carl. I'm gonna leave you for now. You go ahead and explain to the people. So Carl is gonna explain to you about last game. Go ahead.
Leave me alone.
Yeah. No. I mean, like, I'm gonna let you explain why I'm
Okay,
setting
okay.
up the lineups and
So
everything.
the last game was really there were a couple of things that happened in that game. Number one was a formation, right? We had Nathan Ake playing left center back. We had Fernandinho as a holding midfielder, and his rating was I think 5.9 or 6.1. It was the lowest for the whole team.
Yeah.
He kept losing the ball in the middle of the park.
And that's the game. And that's the game that you and me said. I think Fernandinho's time as a defensive midfielder or first option of defensive midfielder, Man City is going to an end.
Right. And then we had next to Fernandinho, who was poor. Not that we had Ilkay, who was playing the right eight. He was also not very good. He had a low rating. And then the worst part about the whole thing was that we had, guess who was playing to the middle as a striker, number 9? Raheem Sterling. And we know that Raheem Sterling is not a natural number 9. We know he cannot play a striker in that center position. Jesus was on the right, Sterling was on the middle, and then Jack Grealish, who was new then, remember he was new then, was on the left-hand side. So you had an inverted winger who is slow. You had a Sterling who could not really finish as a number 9. You had a Fernandinho who was, struggling as a center-hold midfielder, and then Ilkay Gundogan who's also slow, and then you had Ake at the back. So panic at the back, slowly losing the ball in the middle of the park, and then non-finishing on top. And guess what happened? We didn't score a goal. We had one offside rule for offside goal. So it didn't surprise me against a 4-4-2 high-energy Southampton team that we were going to struggle to create chances. We had one shot on target all game. So that's really what happened in that game against the Southampton at home. And they were very good, to be fair.
They were very good. Like, look, I am not going to take it's very difficult for me to say his name. Is it Ralph? I'll just call him Ralph. Okay. Hassan Huto. Okay, so look, he's a good coach. I like him. I like the way he plays football. It's just unfortunate that obviously it looks like sometimes he has very difficult moments where he gets beat 9-0 by United, 9-0 by Leicester. It happens to the best of us, let's be honest. There's a comment here by somebody saying they want the lineup to be. Oh, we're going to get to the lineup. Don't worry. We're going to get to the lineup. Then we're going to show your comment. But thanks for the comment, Man City Portmore and Abdullah. Welcome that you're here, guys. Welcome. Carl will be back with us in about 3 minutes, so we'll go on. Look, Adam, if you look at the games for Southampton so far, they drew away to Crystal Palace. That was a 2-2. And they drew away. I don't know. They lost away to West Ham. They drew to Spurs, and then they lost to Brentford 4-1. No, they won. They beat Brentford 4-1. I think so. Yeah, they won. Yeah, and then they lost to Wolves 3-1. That's the recent one. That's what we're going to. But why? If you look at Man City, they have won every game. So looking at all that, do you think we're going to struggle in this new game? Obviously, taking into account what Carl said, that when we played Southampton, we played Raheem as a striker, and then we had Gundogan, we had Fernandinho as the holding defender, and then the holding defensive midfielder. Then we had Ake as a defender, played as a left-sided defender. So it was sort of a team that's not a very strong team. So do you think it's going to be different now, since we have all our players?
To be honest with you, yeah. But it's going to be a closer game than what people think it's going to be. I feel like it's probably going to end up. I know it's too early for me to say the prediction, but I feel like it's probably going to be like a 2-0 City.
Oh yeah, you're going straight to the prediction. Oh wait, we'll chill first about the prediction. So Timothy says, "Shout out Patrick. Saw you on HH's channel. Good to see Malawi doing well too. Congratulations from a Zambian." No, holla at you, Timothy, my Zambian brother, man. it's good always when us Southern Africa, it was Zambia and Malawi were just neighbors. And we were supposed to be one country, just separated by borders. But look, all the love, man. Thanks for the love. Thanks for the love, and thanks for tuning in. Thanks for tuning in. And obviously, I am going to be doing the preview for Malawi versus Morocco. You know yourself, Malawi is representing Southern Africa. We're the only team left. So thank you, man. Thank you for that shout out, man. Respect. Yes, I was on HH's channel, probably saying that story. So thank you very much, man. So look, Adam, we're gonna move over because we're gonna move over fast. For me, look, who do you think is going to be key in this game for Man City?
To be honest with you, it's probably going to end up being, say, like a Bernardo or even Raheem Sterling. Now he's in good form lately.
Oh, you think it's going to be who?
Raheem or probably Bernardo.
Oh, okay, so you think those two will be key for us, right?
Probably. Or maybe even Jack Grealish if he plays well, maybe.
His form has been great, hasn't it? Though, if you think
Yeah.
about it, like his form, Raheem, so far has been very great ever since he's back now. And have you noticed that ever since Raheem started scoring goals and he's got back his form, that's when we've gone on the unbeaten run. You know that, right?
Yeah. Yeah, very
Yeah.
nice.
So what about Grealish in this match? Do you think he's going to be very key in this match?
I don't think
I
he's
feel
going to
like
play.
for me, he will, and we'll probably end up resting Phil Foden maybe.
No,
For some odd reason, something tells me that we'll end up resting Phil Foden and possibly end up seeing Grealish on the left maybe.
no, I don't think Grealish is going to play this match.
Oh, you don't think so?
No.
Okay, so why do you think? You think he wasn't? He didn't do enough in the last game to convince that he has to start in the next game.
I think that against the Southampton team that's quick, fast, aggressive, you need to have natural wingers left and right. I think you're going to have a front three of Foden, Jesus, and Sterling. We're going to play a natural number 9.
Okay, grand. No, we'll get there with the lineup. We'll get there with the lineup. What about him? Do you think he's going to be rested? Because in the Chelsea game, he seemed very tired, and some people say he looked tired.
I actually think he'll be rested. To be honest with you,
Nah, he ain't
don't
getting
be
rested.
surprised. For me, because why I say he will get rested because of his injury record. I'll possibly see him end up being rested for
Wait,
what?
was that a knock or he was just tired when he went down in the Chelsea game?
I don't know, but that's what I'm saying to you. They're possibly going to end up playing, what's his name? You end up possibly seeing a three of Rodri and Gundogan and Bernardo. That's where I feel like it's
Nah,
possible.
this guy, he's not getting rested. He's playing. I mean, they have 2 weeks off after this. He's playing. They're not playing after this. They're not playing for 2 weeks. He's playing. This guy's not getting rested, man.
So basically, before we move on to the lineup, guys, I just wanted to say it one more time. I know we've said it in every video. I just wanted to say this again. This guy has been amazing, and this season, I think he's been the best CDM or DM in the world. But the thing is, I've noticed that every time I don't care, but every time they're making these teams, FIFA team, they're excluding him. Maybe it's best of last year, but this year, let's not lie. If you are making a team of the season, Rodri has to be in that team. What do you think, Carl?
For the Premier League?
Yeah, he definitely has to be there.
Who's better than him right now in the whole?
They keep putting Declan Rice in the most.
Please, Declan Rice can only smell this guy's shoes. Come on, man, let's be serious. I mean, Declan Rice has to play in a 2, to play as playing in West Ham's midfield. He has to play in a 2. This guy's playing as a single whole midfielder in the Guardiola team. It's not even comparable.
This guy's my problem with what's his name, Declan Rice. That's why I said I'm not sure whether if we bought him, whether he would be able to play in that system that Pep plays. And that's what I'm saying with the other players that we looked at. I feel like they're more suited to our system. Can you hear me?
Yeah. But I think you were speaking over each other. So let's finish one after each other.
Like what I was saying I was saying Declan Rice. For me, my problem with him is that I've always seen him play with Futrek. I've not seen him play by himself. That's the problem.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. So anyway, guys, look, Carl, unless you've got, do you have any tactical stuff to tell us about ways we can hurt Southampton in this game?
to Adam's point, very good. There are 3 people I know who can play as a single home midfielder in any of the top 3 teams. N'Golo Kante can play as a holding midfielder. Fabinho can play as a holding midfielder, and Rodrigo, right? And Fernandinho on his good day, right? Story about Declan Rice. He can't even play as a single home midfielder for England or for West Ham. So for me, it's not even a comparison. It's another English overhyped player that everybody's raving about. But I digress. I just think that the way we win this game is just to be high pressing, high energy, and play natural wingers. I think if we play inverted wingers,
where do you think the battle will be? Maybe I should ask you in that way.
Well, the battle will always be in the midfield, because what Hasenhuttl is going to do is going to play. He's going to play a 4-2-2-2, right? That's what he's going to do, right? So he's going to try to counter press us and win the ball high up the field with his 6 in the middle, front 2, a middle 2, and then 2 holding midfield. That's what he's going to try to do. So we have to be able to keep the ball in the middle of the park and overload them in the middle of the park and attack their back four. That's what we're going to have to be able to do. If we lose the ball in the middle of the park, maybe it's a Fernandinho playing or Gunnar is loose. We lose the ball, they're going to transition upon us, which is why I think the centre-back pairing for us is going to be key. And we'll talk about why I think Diaz doesn't start in this game and Stones and Laporte starts again.
Okay. So look, guys, as Carl says, the battle is going to be won in midfield. For me, I think we have to outrun this team, because what I've noticed about Southampton, this is just me, they can't run the whole 90 minutes. I don't know if you've noticed that. Even the games that the games they were leading and they lost, they seem to come with fire during the first half. They come with energy. They press you, they pressure you, but they run out of steam at the end. So I think Man City is going to have to outwork them, or we can work smart. As Carl says, keep the ball in the fridge. We can keep the ball in the fridge, and they can continue running after the ball. They will continue running after the ball, and then we attack them. Go ahead, Adam.
Now, I was saying we've just got to be patient with the ball and not make silly mistakes.
Yeah, that's true. Because if you make silly mistakes, they actually have got fast players, and world class can actually see a pass. And we have to avoid free kicks, because that's what's special about this player. Even Pep said it in his press that world class is he's got one of the best techniques. I'm going to see the comments here. There's a comment from Abdullah. He says Rodri is undroppable. Barca will probably start to come sniffing to sign him due to the Spanish bias. That's true, but I wouldn't be surprised if they have already written emails to us asking for him. Here's another comment by Abdullah. Thank you very much, guys. Whoever is in the comments, thank you very much for your comments. If we ever sell Rodri to Spain or even Barca, I'm taking out once and for all. That's true, man. If I ever see that Rodri is going on loan, or anybody of the players is like, oh, we're sending them to Barcelona.
You know what we might have to do? We might have to do the same thing that Man United fans did to what's his name, Ed Woodward, where they threw fireworks into the stuff.
We're not that deep. Okay, guys. So I'm gonna share the lineup. One of the most interesting parts. By the way, guys, this lineup is just our opinion. We all know Pep Guardiola. Nobody knows his lineup. So no matter how we feel like that, this is how the lineup is going to be, Carl and myself and Adam know that regardless, it's rare for you to get it spot on. If we get it spot on, fair play. So this is just based on us, on our opinion.
I've only got one lineup right. I've only got one lineup right, I think, once. Only just one time my entire...
Yeah, I think it is. How are you doing, Mike? Mark, okay. Mikey, since you've joined us, right?
Before I just got home. My bad.
No, it's cool. Before I move to the lineup, I'm just gonna give you a chance to talk about Southampton. So, how do you think we can beat Southampton tomorrow?
I think the form we in will carry us through. I think we're gonna continue. I look at a couple of the highlights of the game we had in the first leg. I think we never had momentum. I think our guys just came back. Most of them never gel. And it was just a one-off game where we just
you're gonna have to reduce the TV. We can hear it, the whole TV.
Oh shoot! Hold on.
Yeah, cool, man. Cool. Go ahead.
Yeah. So, in terms of that, I looked at the game. I thought we just had a dull game in the first leg, and we just needed to improve. Move the ball faster, create more chances, and just finish the chances. For tomorrow, I think everything will be fine. I think the momentum we have, we're gonna go in tomorrow. I can't see us losing. I think we're gonna see them off, and we'll be all right. Honestly, that's my opinion.
Okay, cool. So look, Mike, we've already shown the head-to-head for City and Southampton. We spanked them 5-2. One of the games, I know they beat us 1-0. Carl said the mistake by Zinchenko. Then earlier this season, they withdrew 0-0. So look, we're just going to do the lineup because now I think I was watching the press. There was no injuries mentioned. He didn't mention about any players being injured. Ferran Torres used to be the one who was always injured. Obviously, we know why now. Good luck to him. He scored his first goal. So anyway, guys, I'm just going to share the lineup here. Again, as always, I will let you guys pick, as I always do on this channel. I'll let you guys pick which part of the lineup you want to do. So, Carl, do you want the defense mid or the front, just to make it fair?
Yeah, let me do the front. No, let Mikey, you choose because he's you're relatively new. But what do you want to do? Give Mikey first dibs. If it's okay, Patrick. If that's okay, Patrick.
Yeah, that's fine. That's fine. Go ahead.
Mikey, what do you want to do? Striker, you want to front three, middle three, or back four? What do you want to do?
You take the front. I'll do the back four.
Okay, I'll do the front three then. So
I'll do the midfield.
There we go. So
go ahead, Mike.
Mikey, you want to start with the back four?
Oh, I got to pick Edison.
Oh, Dubs, how you doing, Dubs? How you doing?
Good. Sorry, I'm late. I've been on the next stream.
No, it's fine, man. So, Dubs,
man.
since again you've joined the same as Mike, we've already looked at the head-to-head of Man City versus Southampton. We drew with them this season. Then we beat them 5-2. Then the other game was a 2-1. Then there was a 1-0 with the mistake for Zinchenko. So we've gone through all that. Carl explained to us how he thinks we're going to beat them tomorrow, how we should play. And then Adam explained the same thing. Then Mike also explained how we're going to beat them tomorrow. So now, since you've come in, before we move on to the lineup, how do you think we're going to beat Southampton?
Right then. So I've just been on the Gal's predictions, predictions show. I'm a different type of City fan, right?
Yeah.
I'm very I won't wear my shirt. I won't wear a shirt on the day of the game, right? Because I've noticed once or twice where I've worn a shirt, we've lost. I have to make.
So you're a jinx. You're not a jinx.
Yeah, I make my daughter. The season we beat Liverpool, every single game for 10 games up to the end of the season. My daughter, if I said to her, she was only 3 at the time, City are playing today, she'd go, "Good luck, Manchester City. We won every game." So I will not predict to win. I will not predict to win.
No, fair.
I'm known for saying all I want is top 4 football. All I want is top 4 football, right? So, but that being said, it's a very difficult game. Southampton, probably our second worst performance of the season behind Palace.
Crystal Palace, yeah.
Palace.
And Spurs.
Yes, you know what? That wasn't this season. That was a weird fucking anomaly.
You're trying to park it in the back.
That was weird as hell. I don't like talking on that. It's a really, tomorrow's a very, very key day, right? Because tomorrow is the last chance. Like when we all knew that Keita, Mane, Salah were going away, we looked at the 2 games and Brentford at home, Liverpool should have enough. Palace away can be a little bit more difficult with Vieira and whatever.
Yeah.
If Liverpool drop points and we win tomorrow, I will start to say the league might be wrapped up. If it goes the other way, and then you look at, we've got United, we've still got Liverpool. Liverpool have a game in hand. It's not quite wrapped up. That being said, we've had a break. I think we're going to win it. If this is a City podcast, so I've got to do it. I think we're going to win 3-1. If I'm going to do it because it's a City podcast.
You have to, because where else can you say it? Where else can you say it?
But
to your point, Daps, I think I watched the game again that we drew 0-0 to Southampton. There were a couple of problems in that game. I mentioned earlier on. Number one, Ake was in defense for us, left at the back, right? Number 2, Sterling was central. And number 3, guess who was playing holding midfield? Fernandinho against a high press, high energy Southampton.
Me and
that's the
Patrick
game.
spoke on.
Yeah,
Me and
that's the
Patrick
game.
spoke on this.
Yeah. Me and Carl, we discussed this off camera and say that's the game we saw that Fernandinho's time is over. No offense, Fernandinho, we love him, but it's just we saw that the time for him being a very competitive is over.
It's mad, you know. I was watching Esteemed Company earlier, and I don't know, like, I mean, he hasn't got inside information. He's going off his vibes and whatever. He seemed to think that we would start Stones and Laporte again.
I agree with him.
Oh yeah, I agree.
But I mean, I get it because they had a good game, and maybe that gets Diaz used to knowing that, you know what, you are, you know, you can be rested, and he does need a rest because, to be honest, from he's joined us, he's been non-stop. But
I don't think Cancelo gonna start tomorrow either. I think he's gonna get a rest just like Diaz.
Are you serious?
Oh, so Zinchenko on the left.
No,
I mean,
Zinchenko's not fit.
Listen, it's just my opinion. Just my opinion.
Yeah, Zini's not
I was
fit.
saying KDB will be rested. That's the same thing that I was saying. I don't think KDB.
Zinchenko's not fit.
He's
Do
not
you know what? Let me say one thing though. If I'm being so, if Zinchenko's not fit, then
Cancelo start.
These are the type of games, that like we're going to give a prediction of who we think Pep will start. Like everyone gives before every single City lineup, right?
Yeah.
And a prime example for me is the FA Cup.
Yeah.
That we were all predicting. However, I just said that tomorrow is a very pivotal game, weekend, right? That if Liverpool drop points and this is a type of game that Pep will go, well, you know what, on paper, Pep's going to go all out. The more I think about it, Pep's going to go all out. It'll be Diaz back in the back, and I think Cancelo left, Walker right. I think Pep will think, you know what, we have to win tomorrow. Tomorrow is not a game we can fuck about with.
Yeah.
He's going to play the best 11.
Yeah, cool. So guys, go ahead, Kyle.
The only reason why, and maybe Mike, you're going to pick the defense, or why I think Stones and Laporte will play is because of the fact that Stones and Laporte are actually better on the ball, right? The passing through the lines. Diaz is the kind of person you want, like against PSG, who is a battery around, who can win. But on the ball, Stones and Laporte are really good on the ball.
Yeah.
Laporte left, Stones right. He can switch, and you have that balance, like left center back, left foot, right center back, right foot. You can switch, between the wings. That's the only reason why.
And they can carry the ball very comfortably from the back. That's what I've noticed. Yeah.
Do you know what, Patrick? Do you know what you're starting to do? You're starting to bring me into this world of Manchester City. Sorry, guys, I'm going to be honest. It's maybe outside of England a little bit more, but it's so fucking knowledgeable. Honestly, like if I'm being honest, I'm a very passionate Manchester City fan. I've been a City fan from the age of, forever. But the more I listen to you guys, you fucking really know your shit, don't you? Really, really.
I have been learning. I learn from Carl most times because he's a football coach, So he tells me that, did you see what happened? Watch that back again. Watch this. So that's how I've started learning also. And
what you'll get used to is that I'm one of these really, like, the beginning of last season, I was like, if Rodri doesn't have a fucking good season this season, he can fuck off. Like, I'm really like, Gundogan, what's he doing? Blah, blah, blah. But you, man, will be like, listen, go and look at his stats. And, like, honestly. So.
Oh, yeah. We go through that all the time. We in a WhatsApp group, it's the same thing.
Oh, yeah.
Same emotions.
Daps, I have some homework for you, Daps, right? Some homework for you, okay? And next time we do a show, I want you to bring your homework.
Oof.
Go take a look at Liverpool versus City game, right? And try to figure out who the false nine was. Take a look at that. Watch that game. Watch the goals.
Was it the same the whole game through, or did we do the regular switching it about?
Clue. Watch Kyle Walker.
Fuck off.
Watch Kyle Walker, right? See what he was doing and let me know who the false nine was.
Wow.
Yeah,
when I watched it myself, I was very surprised.
Wow. Okay.
See, Carl, I haven't get it because I looked at it too because I hear you mention it the other day. Tell me what's up. Talk to me.
Okay, so let me. So I know we're digressing here, Patrick. I apologize, right?
Oh no, go ahead. This is interesting.
We talking football. It's all Manchester.
So the last goal, the goal that Kevin scored.
Okay.
Right? If you notice, right in the middle of the hole, the person who gave the assist or the confusion was Kyle Walker. Walker kept making those runs, right, from the right back all the way to the number 9.
Them.
He did it 4 times. Once.
Zabaleta used to do them regular as well.
4, right? Because he was the one who was the distraction in that position to lay off the ball for somebody else to score. Watch it again, and he did it 4 times. It wasn't Foden. It wasn't Jack Grealish. Jack Grealish was just counter press. It was Walker was the one who was making those runs from right back to number 9 spot to occupy the centre backs, causing confusion, which Kevin Hart came in and scored. Watch it. It's and he did this against in the Champions League game against, I think it was the one to play before. He did it before. He did it again against Liverpool.
All right. You can see this?
Yeah, we can. Yeah. What's up?
All right. This Edison. All right. This 2 center back, including Cancelo. Roger in the middle, De Bruyne, Bernardo, Sterling, Grealish, and Foden. Now, this have 10 players, no Kyle Walker. So me watching the game and interpreting, I mean, I never analyzed it as a false 9 system. I just looked at it and be like, Kyle Walker had a free roam,
correct,
up and down,
correct,
just to cause havoc because of his speed. You know what I mean?
Mikey, and the key is this false 9 system is not about a number 9. It's about positional play.
Positional play.
Right? It's about positional play. It's about how do we make sure we have the positional play to overload certain areas and create an extra man.
Okay.
The extra man becomes a false 9. The extra man can be Jesus, it can be Foden, it can be Kevin De Bruyne, it can be Rodri, it can be Bernardo, it can be Kyle Walker.
You know what? You know what? I remember, I've spoken on this before. I can't remember exactly. My memory is bad, but before Pep came to us, when he was still at Bayern, we played Bayern, and I'm pretty certain they got a player sent off, right?
Yeah, Boateng.
And it was fucking mad because it still seemed like they had 12 on the pitch.
Yeah, it was painful. It felt as if it
was so crazy. And I always think back to that is like this is why. And I know is Gunda, I can't remember your Twitter. Is it Gunda
Rodian?
Is he in here?
I'm here.
That's Carl.
Yeah,
that's Carl.
So me and him have spoke this week about obviously about the Haaland thing, and that's my only worry with Haaland, that how much, I mean, and you'll probably educate me that he can do that, but that's my only worry, that I fully look, the Palace game and the Southampton game that we dropped points in, I think if we had a Haaland, we win those games. Very simple.
Yeah, true facts. Yeah,
right?
we need somebody like a goal scorer.
100%. Those games we need a Zeko, a Giroud, that type of player, right?
Yeah.
My worry is that when you play teams like Liverpool, like where maybe you need to win the midfield battle, and when people say, "Oh, if we have Haaland, we'll outscore them," it's like, well, you don't get chances if you don't win the midfield battle. So
that's you're absolutely right. So the issue with the Haaland, I've said this before, the counter argument to Haaland is that if you have a Haaland, you lose control,
and you have to change the system to suit him.
You lose a little bit of control in him because he doesn't. And we looked at the stats. This is not me just talking bullshit, right? This is about looking at the numbers. And we did this with Mikey the other day and Patrick and Adam. Haaland's issue, his weakness is that he doesn't contribute in the middle of the park. He doesn't do the defensive side.
Yeah,
Vlahovic does. Harry Kane does. Haaland's weakness is that he doesn't do the defensive side. He's good in the box. In fact, his heat map is right in the center circle, right by the penalty spot.
Yeah.
Top. With Vlahovic, with Kane, they're deeper and they have more room in the back end, which is an issue, which means we lose control, but we get goals.
Yeah, and that's the thing. I'm not mad at signing an out number 9. I'm not mad at that at all. But I don't believe that Haaland will be at his best if every now and again he's having to. And let's be honest, the big games are the ones where maybe we do need to play the false 9. So if every time it gets to the big game, Pep's going to Haaland, sorry, you got to sit this one out for the first 60 minutes. I don't know if Haaland's going to accept that. And look, if we get Haaland, I'm going to be happy. I'm going to be twerking for him. I'm not going to lie. But I just have these concerns. And it's so mad because when I saw us being linked with Ings, I was like, fuck off. But it does make sense. Like Zeko, for me, Zeko was so... If you look at our era, when we had Aguero, then we had a Zeko that was happy to play second fiddle. That's the type of guy I think we need. But...
Yeah, big up to you, Garman. So, guys, look, we're gonna go to the lineup. Unfortunately, we're going towards the end, so we're gonna go to the lineup again. Carl, since you and me are always on this show together, and we are tired of each other, we're going to leave the new people to pick the lineup. So, Mikey, Adam, and Dubs, this is how we do it here on this channel. You're able to pick either defense or mid or strike. So, we're gonna start with you, Mikey. What have you picked? Have you picked? You said defense, right?
Yeah, I said I was gonna do the defense.
Or what about you, Dabs? What do you want to pick?
I'll go front three.
Okay, so Adam, you're stuck with the middle. Okay, cool. Okay, so let's start. Who do you want in defense, Adam? Obviously, some of the guys are going to object
Mikey.
Yeah, but Mikey, what do you want in defense? Who's your right back?
Right back, Kyle Walker. He's in form. He came back, looked good. We can't switch him over for nobody.
You know, I think he's the most underrated fullback in the league. Walker.
In the world.
Listen.
He doesn't get the recognition he deserves. Kyle Walker should have been over David Alaba. Like, come on.
But you know what it is? It gets to that point now where, as City fans, let's allow it, because there's them lot are always going to say Trent and James and whatever. It's fine. You lot say that. Like, it's bollocks, isn't it? They put Klopp above Pep, so fine, carry on.
Right centre back.
A guy who has won four trophies, if you include the World Cup and the other one, 4 trophies in 7 years, with a guy who's won 10 in 6 years.
And the maddest thing is, some might argue that he was actually better at Tottenham, maybe. Wow. Maybe he didn't get trophies, but he was more electric at Tottenham. So you can't say he's been good his whole career, but it's fine. He doesn't play for Liverpool or Chelsea, so it's fine.
Yeah.
So Mike, who's on your right hand side?
Right hand side, we got the best ball playing centre back in the world football, John Stones. Ain't nobody better than him.
You know what? Sorry. Can I just say, you sounded like John Stones. Remember Raheem Sterling's birthday?
Oh yeah. What's it? No, Mike. Mike is actually from the place, man. He's from Jamaica.
I can tell 100%.
Oh, I'm from Jamaica.
I can tell, brother.
Did you see the video of John Stones when
saying he's from Kingston?
Questions? Yeah,
he's from Kingston.
That was amazing.
And then next we have the best left-sided centre back in world football, Aymeric Laporte. My favorite.
He's making a lot of mistakes these days.
Yeah, he is, but he fizzes balls for fun.
I mean, I said this already, and I'm gonna say it again. Kyle Walker make a lot of mistakes too, but nobody talks about it because he got a lot of speed. But Laporte been making mistakes, but he been recovering lately. I mean,
his passing, his fizzing balls forward is company-esque. The way he can just split the whole midfield with one pass. Do you know what? On a stream I was just on, they were talking about the best Portuguese player, and they were saying behind Bernardo Silva, the best Portuguese player in the Premier League is Jota. And I was like, whoa. I'm not even going to mention Cancelo.
We're Cancelo.
I'm not even going to mention him. Why the fuck are you not talking about Diaz? Because everyone's trying to ignore Diaz this season. Like,
they are. They are.
Fully. Remember, 8 games in, everyone's talking about how good Chelsea's defence was.
Yeah.
Why aren't they saying that about our defence now? Why is no one talking about how good our defence is?
Because it's City.
It's not convenient. It's not convenient. It's not a convenient argument. They can't.
And Diaz is that guy. Diaz, I'm sorry, because I said one season, not going to judge him on one season. This season, Diaz is having a fucking good season, and it's not being rated.
There's not many better than him now, even in the Prem. Unfortunately, I rated Van Dijk, but he hasn't come back the same. He's not the same Van Dijk anymore. Diaz is not many better than him. Van Dijk.
Van Dijk been done from last season. I've been telling you, but keep forgetting. Van Dijk is done. He's just gonna be a regular centre back.
That's what he is now. Yeah,
he ain't never gonna hit another height. I can put my money on it. I hope I swallow my word, but it ain't. Come on, Van Dijk.
What's up? Big up to Igab. Big up to Igab, man.
Yes, 6 show earlier, and the other thing is, you've got to remember Diaz's age, man.
23.
A centre back playing like that in a league that he's just still getting used to. That is Van Dijk was not doing that when he was that age. I'm sorry.
Van Dijk at that age was at Celtic.
He was an out-and-out defender.
Van Dijk was at Celtic with Jason Denier.
There we go.
Left back, Mikey.
Left back, we have the most creative right wing, Cancelo. Cancelo, the boy is magical. Like, I don't even know if he's a defender or he play right wing.
Do you know what, guys? Have you noticed this? If you are having a conversation right now, right, of the best right back and the best left back in the world, Cancelo gets in the top 5 still. Both sides.
I'm both sides. I'm both flank. Easy.
The maddest thing is, I'm starting to think actually his better side is on the left.
Same here.
Marty, same Van Dijk got lubricated by Ollie Watkins. Ollie Watkins.
Wait,
have
sorry,
Van Dijk
let's remember.
grass.
Let's remember what Bernardo Silva
Yeah.
did to him as well.
Caps, I agree with
No,
you.
they
Actually,
cut him
he's better
down.
on the left than he's on the right. I agree with you.
Somebody just
I
called
agree.
me Uncle Julius. Big up Uncle Patrick. Am
He-
I looking
But
at
you're
all these
becoming
days?
old.
Yeah, am I looking at all these days? It says from Ghana on loan watch. Said, yeah, big up to you, Noah. Man. Big up
I
to you.
feel like he's creating more on the left.
I agree.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, Daps, you've just touched on something amazing. Have you noticed that he apparently Cancelo, even when he was young, never liked playing at the left, but he's actually better at the left for me, and
it
creates
just suits
better.
him. There's something. Maybe it's the way Pep is playing him, but there's something about him on the left. He's just more creative. He looks more
Yep.
like
Free,
it's
free.
yeah.
Have you noticed something, guys?
That's why me and Mikey were
Cancelo?
saying that. That's why me and Mikey were saying that left back is not as a priority as say as a holding midfielder and a striker. That's why me and Mikey were saying.
So have you
we've
guys
won
noticed
three.
something
We've won.
about?
Sorry, we've won 3 leagues in 4 years. Well, I'm pretending we've won this year. We've won 3 and 4 without a left back. So you're right. Is it that important, really?
So
No.
Caps, guys, there's one thing I've noticed tactically about Cancelo. What's happening this season as opposed to last season, playing on the left back.
You see him a lot in the midfield.
So because he's right-footed, right, it's hard for him to cross the ball with his left foot across the box.
Yeah.
Yep.
What
Yeah.
he's doing now, he's adapted
Switching.
his right foot. He uses the outside of his right foot for those balls across the box. If you notice,
Yeah.
right? The ball to KDB, the ball to Grealish, the ball to Sterling for that goal, that wonder goal.
Yep.
He's using the outside of his right foot, so he's adapted his game.
That's even.
to
Do you know what?
compensate
And that is even more spectacular.
It's incredible.
There's
It's
a question
incredible.
here, guys. There's a question. Says Patrick question: If City wins, if City wins if Pep wins City the UCL, what would that do? I'll start with you, Daps. Then I'll go to Mikey. Then I'll go to Carl. Then I'll go to Adam.
What, this season?
Yeah.
Yeah, of course it is.
Yeah.
I mean,
Oh,
yeah.
no question.
I don't look Pep. For me, I don't care if Pep doesn't win us the UCL before he leaves.
Agreed, 100%.
The guy has blessed us with amazing football. He's given City an identity that maybe we didn't have before. And look, the Champions League is a fucking difficult trophy. When are people going to realise how difficult the Champions League is to win, please? Right? It's not easy. Our DNA
There's
is
a lot
not...
of things that depend on the luck.
And it's not
referees.
38 games. It's not
38
38 games, man. Like,
Now, you can fluke the Champions League, you can't fluke the Premier League.
Chelsea
well,
did.
Tuchel's proven it.
Chelsea
Look, Liverpool. Look, I always say this. Liverpool, generally in my lifetime, until the last 4 years, Liverpool have never been challenging. Right, never in my lifetime. Right, but they've won the Champions League a few times in my lifetime, even when they're not that good in the Premier League, because their club has that DNA. Like Anfield on those nights is slightly different, and we have the DNA now. By beating Alex Ferguson's Man United in the 93rd, 20 minute, we have the DNA to win the league, right? That's all it is. Like, and we will get there eventually. But anyone that wants to, you know what? We already know when Pep leaves City, there's going to be people that are talking about Pep's legacy on City is not winning the Champions League. But that's fine. Do you know what? That's fine. And Invincibles and all that, great. Yeah, whatever.
Well, yes. While he's here, I'm crying for it because I want it.
I want it now. After last season, I want it badly.
Oh, that was tough last season.
I
But
need
anyway,
it this season. I need it. Oh yeah, I need the Champions League.
So midfield, Adam's back. Adam, you want to do midfield? So Mikey, we have Cancelo, Laporte, Stones, and Walker as your back four with Edison as your goalkeeper. I know you want Stefan, but Edison.
No, I'm just messing around. Edison, my guy, I like him. But he's in form lately, and I have to. Everything I say, yeah, I mean, I criticize him a lot. I put him on the stick, but to me,
Mike, it's about time you hold the L. You have to hold the L on Edison.
I don't know. I'll take the L. But this back four right here, I think this back four, I know DS is good, but this back four to me, right now, playing in world football, is the most balanced defensively and going forward.
Nah.
Yeah.
Diaz for the balance. Needs Diaz for the balance for me. I get it, but there's mistakes in Stones and Laporte for me. It needs Diaz to pick it up.
I can argue and say, I mean, Who you think would be the best centre back playing at Manchester City right now in
hard.
Pep Guardiola's system with
It's
all the
hard.
defenders we have?
John Stones.
Exactly. Is he the best
Yeah.
defender?
Wait,
Like
Dabs,
what is the
if I may,
defender's system?
Mikey and Dabs, I want you guys to talk about that again. I'll tell you. I mean, see this what you just said, guys. Right? A lot of people don't say this shit, right?
Mhm.
People say, "Oh, it's Diaz." Always no, it's actually John Stones.
John Stones. I say that
Because-
every day.
John Stones. So when Diaz plays with Ake, there may be chaos. When Diaz plays with Laporte, there's chaos. When Stones plays with Laporte, 14 games unbeaten, 42 goals scored, 1 conceded, and the 1 conceded was a Stones' own goal by mistake. Was a free.
Exactly.
Playing
Do you know what it is?
Playing with Maguire too in
When
England,
Stones
he's helped
plays
him
with
keep
Diaz,
those clean sheets.
we don't concede goals.
Listen,
So the
do you know
key-
what it is? You know what it
What?
is with John Stones for me? He knows his role and he's willing to listen to other people. He doesn't play like you watch Diaz push John Stones about. I guarantee you, if Diaz pushed Laporte into position, Laporte would be pissed off, right? Whereas John Stones, even though he's older than Diaz, it's like
willing to
that's
learn.
fine. Your role is that
Right.
when we're in the box, your role is to tell me where to go, push me. But when it comes to playing the ball out, rude boy, give me that ball and I will do that.
There's
I think that's
in
the
every
most balanced.
Yeah, in every team, there's always a dominant centre back.
Yeah,
and then
but-
one that has to be. Go ahead, Mike.
I'm not taking anything away from Diaz, okay? No, when I talk about players who play for Pep Guardiola, they have to have a certain requirement. No, the Pep Guardiola system and philosophy was made and designed for John Stones. Okay, I always say this: Pep system get the best out of John Stones, and it's not the other way around. Because you can take Diaz and throw him into a Juventus team, and he fits in. John Stones will not do that. Okay?
You know what? It's true. I think he was either there. I think Gundogan was maybe his first signing, then it was John Stones, right? And and the other thing is that I always remember. There's two things with John Stones. Firstly, is I always remember Pep coming out and saying, I think when John Stones was making 1 or 2 mistakes, maybe in the first season when we weren't as good, and he came out and said, I respect John Stones so much because I feel for any defender that is playing the way I want to play football, like you will, and it's the same with Edison. Like you know what, Edison does make mistakes, but without Edison, we are not as confident playing out from the back. And
we're not. Yeah, we're not.
And the second thing that I love about John Stones, and you know what, I've always liked him, but I did have my issues with the game time thing and how sometimes he was a bit injury prone. But when we signed Diaz and Ake and Stones was being linked out everywhere else, the fact that John Stones said, no, I want to stay and fight for my place. Listen, that is why Pep would rate, because see Torres coming and saying, I want to go Barca, not Pep's mentality. Cool. You want to go and join them? Go.
Yeah, go ahead. Yeah.
A player that is willing to say, all right, I know that I might be fourth at this point but I'm going to fucking stay and fight for my place. That is what Pep wants. And what
like Zinchenko,
exactly. And what did Stones do? He came back and had the best season of his life.
Do you remember that game that when Pep came out in the press conference said Stones has more cojones than everybody in this place combined?
Yeah, that's what Mike also said. Yeah. So guys, do you want to go to the midfield?
Yeah, Adam. Midfield, man. Come on, Adam. Where's Adam? Is he here?
Yeah, I'm here. It's gonna be Rodri in the holding, and it's gonna be Bernardo. But you know what? People, for me, I feel like De Bruyne is gonna be rested this game. You possibly will see
that.
You possibly see what's his name, Gundogan playing.
It's possible. I doubt it though. I think Kevin's going to play, but it's possible.
I mean, you selecting. Give us the reasons why and all of that.
You know what I feel like the reason is that with KDB, you've got to be careful with him. You have to manage him, and I feel like that's where we're possibly going to end up doing, where we try and manage him and try and manage his fitness, and that's where I feel like that's my reasoning to where I feel like Gundogan will end up playing this game, and Gundogan hasn't played the game in a while, so that's where I feel like Gundogan will start this match, and KDB will be rested.
I'm actually coming around to your way of thinking, because I think I mentioned earlier on that the key to this game is to keep the ball.
Yeah.
With Kevin, even though
that's my reasoning.
He's a dynamic, ball winner, long ball, but to keep control, you want a Gundogan and a Bernardo and a Rodri.
Yeah,
that's absolute control in the park.
And do you know something else? It's on a pod the other day. We were talking about if we've got the best De Bruyne back, and what I was saying is that like the last 18 months, De Bruyne has continued to get assists, because if you can pass the ball like Kevin De Bruyne, you can not be at your best and you're still going to get assists like De Bruyne has. But if we go back to previous to that 18 months, De Bruyne was winning games with goals, right?
Yeah.
And I feel like we're back to that De Bruyne. Now, that De Bruyne can be rested. And if it gets to 0-0 in the 55th, 60th, you know what, even the 70th minute, how many times De Bruyne will come on and just score? So it could be one of those games where, you know what, let's rest him. Because we know if we need to bring De Bruyne on, De Bruyne is now in his form where he's a game changer. He can come on and change the game. It's just such a crucial game. I don't know. Why was Gundogan drop for the Chelsea game?
I'm not sure. Probably something to do with fitness or something. Possibly.
COVID, maybe.
It's just man management, tactical.
You think?
I think it was tactical.
Yeah, but also De Bruyne has been sharp recently. He's been very sharp, and trust me, Pep would not sit there and not want De Bruyne to continue that form until the Champions League or later on in the league. So, okay, Dubs, it's your moment to shine. Don't forget, we're gonna ask people are gonna question you when you speak that why are you picking so and so, why so and so. No, they say go on.
Right. So on the left, I believe it will be Grealish. Okay. I think Grealish had a. Right, I'm not gonna go as far as say Grealish had an amazing game against Chelsea, but I feel like Grealish had a good game against Chelsea. He's had a rest, he's been benched for a bit. I feel like if Gundogan gets if Grealish gets momentum, Pep's not going to stop that, because ultimately he wants Grealish to get momentum. Mahrez, we know Mahrez is going to be out, so straight away that rules out one.
He's going to rest him for a week.
Let's not do a Thomas party, please. So yeah, I think it's going to be Grealish. Through the middle, right? Sorry, can someone just tell me the three? Was it Rodri, Gundogan?
So you don't think that playing Foden as a left-sided winger, natural left, is Grealish would be better?
Hell yeah.
Dubs, just a bit of a heads up, right? Gondorodi and Okao hates inverted wingers. he doesn't like the wingers.
I hate it.
He doesn't like a winger with the left foot to be on the right and the winger with the right foot to be on the left. So be careful.
Listen,
he's gonna object you on that.
Listen. Right, so now I have to ask: are you asking me to pick my best City team, or are you asking me?
You just have the front three. You have the front three.
Because if I'm going with my best, I'm putting Foden on the left, hands down.
Select where you think.
Play. Hold on. What I think's going to play, or what I want to play.
What do you think it's going to play?
We're giving it to you. It's you.
So if it's what I think is going to play, I think it will be Grealish on the left. However, I do think Foden's best on the left, but I think Grealish is. I think Grealish is third best on the left behind Foden and Sterling. But I'm going with what Pep's going to play. So I think Pep will play Grealish on the left. I think he will play Jesus on the right. And I think he will play.
You're leaving out. Ooh, it's all look tight.
It's one. Hold on. Right, so it's one of two in the middle. It's either going to be Sterling or Foden. Yeah. I'm going to go with Sterling, because Sterling's on form.
The only problem with that is the last game we played against them, Sterling was through the middle and he had the lowest rating through the middle.
Really? Exactly. Well, I was waiting for this is what you guys do. Okay, I believe that as well.
Yeah, so the front three of the last game was Jack, Sterling, and Jesus. Front three.
Yep.
And really
for real? Yeah, that ain't starting then. Fucking throw that in the bin right now.
I like your front three, but lately I would have put Grealish center, put Foden wide and Sterling right.
It's Grealish central.
Yeah, Dabs, after all this, like with the advice, do you still want to change or you want to stick to your guns?
I mean, it's bad. No. Listen, Pep's not sticking with that. If we drew 0-0 against him at home, he's not sticking with that front three for shit. He's not too cool. Yeah, in that case, all right. It's interesting. You said Grealish through the middle.
I had my friend Ty. He's on. Ty's a Chelsea fan. He's just a really nice guy. We do some work. You can add him. He's there.
Yeah,
as well.
bring him in, man.
Let me explain to Daps.
Yeah,
first.
go on. I want to hear this Grealish through the middle.
All right. When I say Grealish through the middle, or even if I say Sterling through the middle or Foden through the middle,
doesn't matter.
It's really it's a rotating thing
Yeah,
between the front three. If you notice how Manchester City plays, but if you look at Grealish playing,
Oh, welcome, Ty. Welcome, Ty. Welcome.
If you look at Grealish playing in the second half against Chelsea, as when the second half started for the first 10, 15 minutes, he wasn't that wide.
Yeah, he wasn't.
He was more centrally closer to Foden, and he would drop in deep. And if you notice, Grealish in the second half, he came deep a couple times and grabbed the ball and was moving up and was moving forward.
But Mikey, you know why? You know why, Mikey? Because he knows that what he needs in the game was control. If you turn the ball over to Chelsea in the middle, you're dead.
Yeah, real talk.
Right? You're dead. They're the best transition. So he had to play the Grealish a little more deeper to try to keep control.
Yeah.
If you notice, right, when Kevin scored the goal, Fernandinho was going to come on and protect.
Yeah.
When Kevin scored the goal, Fernandinho went back and sat down, wore his hat.
I have a seat.
Yeah.
You know, so it's about control. You know, if you give Chelsea a transition, just like in Champions League, it takes one shot and they shut up shop, and that's it, you're dead.
Oh yeah, and for Daps, I don't think Jesus is going to start over Sterling on the right because Sterling is more informed. Jesus probably come on in the second half. I don't think he's going to start. I think the front three will be Grealish, Foden, and Sterling. That's just my opinion.
Listen, you sold it to me. Welcome, Ty. As long
How
as
you guys
haven't
doing?
Good.
I'm gonna interrupt you. I see you guys are dipping.
No, it's fine. You know what? Let's do this. Ty, since you've come in, right?
Yes, sir.
Are you a Chelsea fan, right?
Yes, I am.
Okay, so look,
And he's a really reasonable, really good Chelsea fan.
Listen, boys.
Okay,
hold on. Have
Yeah,
you patted him down? He hasn't got no inflatable fucking trophies, okay?
That's a good one. That's a good one.
Ty's one of the guys who, when they lose a game, they win the game, he always says congratulations. He's really
I like that.
Yeah, I've asked him something though, Carl, because he's just come in and he's new, he's fresh. So the three guys here, Adam, Daps, and Mike, have come up with a formation and players. I don't know how. If you know any City players, let's say you see this lineup being announced for City. How good do you think this lineup is that has just been put up by the guys? If you can see it.
It's good, but I will put Foden in the middle, Sterling right, and Grealish left.
Yeah.
Foden is, in my opinion, as a Chelsea fan, Foden right now is the best false nine that you have.
Okay.
I will play him over Jesus any day in any competition.
In false nine.
Hold on. I would agree because I would never play Jesus as a false nine. I think Jesus is best on the right.
So I mean, I like the lineup, but Sterling.
What about the midfield? What about that midfield? Anything missing?
So depending on the game, I'm trying to see. You have Rodri, right?
Yeah.
Rodri. To the right is Kevin De Bruyne, and the left.
No, that's not Gundogan. That's Gundogan and Bernardo.
Oh, Gundogan. Oh no. I will go. So tomorrow, you guys are playing Southampton. Southampton is not a big. It's not a tough competition. So I will probably go Silva, Rodri, and KDB.
Can I just say that midfield right there, yeah, is what I label. I always call it the most professional midfield in world football. That midfield right there, yeah.
I agree.
You're not getting the ball off of that midfield.
Now,
ever.
if you guys were playing, so let me put a caveat to that. If you were actually playing like a Liverpool or a top team,
okay,
then I would definitely go with Gundogan over Silva. But tomorrow, to rest him, I will go with Silva, KDB, and probably Rodri.
Hold up. Rest who? Who you say to rest? Who?
Silva.
Oh, Bernardo Silva.
I will play Silva tomorrow and rest Gundogan against. Who you guys playing after?
Oh no, Gundogan been resting. He hasn't started a game.
Gundogan hasn't started the previous game, but several games he hasn't started now. That's what I was saying. I'll play him and rest KDB.
Which may actually be a problem. If Gundogan hasn't played several games, he's not up to speed, and against Southampton.
Exactly. That's why I wouldn't start. That's why I think he's going to be Bernard. I think he's going to be the same three against Chelsea.
And this is where we get into the tact. And I love this discussion because we're thinking outside the box, right? We're thinking like a coach, right? If Gundogan is not up to speed, you're playing against a Southampton press, and they're going to play a 4-2-2-2-2. You cannot afford to lose the ball. So you're better off playing the Bernardo with a Rodri with a De Bruyne because you have the two holding, if you would, and then one dynamic. And you
So basically, you're looking from a point where we want players that are sharp.
Yeah,
sharper,
quicker ball movement, faster forward play. And I'm not saying Gundogan doesn't offer that. I'm saying we have a tendency to score early, and if we can score,
so you know what? Because you came in, you say De Bruyne, and also
we scored a lot of our goals within the first 25 minutes of the game. A lot of our goals come in the first 25 minutes.
And Dubs also, here's another nomination from you, Dubs. So that now
switch them.
Yeah, that's it right there. Sterling direct, really good.
So again, Ty, since you're new and you're fresh and you have no ties to anyone here except Carl. Carl did not pick anything. What about that defense? How do you criticize that defense?
So sorry, my screen is not that big, so let me move it to a bigger.
No, on the defense, we've got Walker, Stones at the right, and Laporte and Cancelo.
Okay, Cancelo, Laporte, Stones, and Walker. So let me start with the outside back. Cancelo, absolutely. I think that's the best left back you guys have right now. Walker, yes, absolutely, is in match form. I think he's played the last 2 games for you guys. Stone, yikes. I'm looking at Stone or Diaz. Would I go with Stone against a high press in Southampton? Ooh, it's like playing arcade. So
very good point.
Oh no.
Yeah, wait a minute, though, Ty. If a team is pressing you high and they're pressing you, don't you need somebody who's comfortable on the ball?
Exactly.
Yeah, but don't you think Diaz is more comfortable on the ball than Stones?
No.
Whoa, easy.
I mean, Stones is much better on the ball than Diaz.
I just think that Diaz sometimes is a little bit quicker. Even though Stones is more relaxed. But I think Diaz sometimes a little bit quicker to do what you need from a center back.
Do you know what? Hold on. That is such an interesting point because I get it. In a strange way, I get it. So Stones will try and do more, whereas Diaz will just do something very quickly. So I get it.
So from a center back, what you need is when you're in trouble, to dissolve and get rid of the ball when necessary, right? When it's absolutely necessary. I think Diaz is better at that. Now, Stone, when you're not being pressed and you can play out of the back and you have a little bit of time, right? Stone is definitely better in that sense. When you have to be quick, like boom, 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 you know what I mean? Sometimes I think
you're not wrong. I've seen Stones can sometimes make a mistake trying to do too much when he's being pressed. He can. I do get that. And that's my one thing with Laporte and Stones is that I see they make mistakes in stupid places. Diaz doesn't make mistakes in stupid places.
Exactly. So if you're going to have Laporte and Diaz, you have a balance of quick problem solving and technical ability on the
So here's Mikey. Mikey, you're losing Stones.
So just one quick point. So Ty is also a coach. He's actually one of my mentors and coaching. We both coach. We always talk about this concept.
Oh, so is this where you get all the knowledge? Then we found the master.
There's a concept that we called blocker and builder. We always have 2 center backs. One is a builder, one is a blocker, right? Okay. So builder, Laporte, builder, Stones, blocker, Diaz, right? You always have that balance. Now, depending on position, if you want to have 2 builders because you have possession, that's easy. But in a counter-pressing team like Southampton, PSG, Liverpool, you want Diaz and Laporte or Diaz and Stones because they can build and they can block. That's the narrative, the idea behind that.
And that's why, and not to bring Chelsea on, that's why Silver and Rudiger, who's a thug, works out perfectly. Because Rudiger will step forward.
Ty, be careful with that Rudiger name. We take it very personally.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm in the wrong room. I'm not bad.
I don't like what he did to KDB. And I think, and I'm not trying to claim it, but
hey, he does that to everybody. Did you see what he did to Salah?
I know. I'm starting to hate him.
That's why I said he's a thug, but he's a thug that I will work with any hour. I can go any hour.
Look, we had.
He's good, man. He's solid.
Yeah, Fernandinho was our thug in our team. Look, we've also had thugs in our team.
Nah, you know what? I can't. I get it. I don't like Rudiger, but I think Rudiger's so underrated the last season and a half, man. I think since he's been phenomenal, man. Really has been. Really has been.
You know, Rudiger, he's a good defender, but you know, with him, you know what makes, you know what I find annoying, even though it's a good way, he does what he has to do to get the ball in a sense. So if it means him getting a yellow card, he will do it for the team. He's willing to do it.
So he does what he has to do to win. Yeah. Okay, so guys, here is the team. So we're all comfortable with the team now, right? We've got Edison in goals, we've got Diaz in Laporte, then we've got Cancelo, who is the best left back in the league and in the world right now, and we've got Walker, another best right back in the world also.
Don't be like the Scousers, man. Don't be like the Scousers.
Yeah, let's not do that.
Rodri again, very good and amazing this season. Dabs, by the way, I was one of those guys who said Rodri is so slow. He's like a tree. He moves like a truck.
You know what? Hold on. So let me be. I want to talk on this midfield again really quick because basically Rodri came in, right, and the first season, what I saw with him, and I totally get it now. And when I went to see Chelsea v Villa this season, and I watched Saul in that game, I said, you know what? It's the same as we had first season with Rodri. That in that position, you get the ball a lot, facing your own goal, middle of your half, and they seem to think they've got a lot of time to control the ball, turn. Yeah. By the time they're halfway into pivot into turn, someone's coming and taking it off of them. And it's just, that's the speed of the Premier League. And so I was like, do you know what? I've seen the stats, but I need to see a good season out of him. Now, what I said at the start of last season, and my football knowledge isn't great. I'm just a big City fan. But I said for Rodri to work, for Rodri and Gundogan to work, they needed the energy of Bernardo Silva. And I said this at the beginning of last 100%. Season. And I think when I look at that now, looking back at what I said, I think fucking, yeah, because Rodri and Gundogan, their passing, their ball retention is crazy, right? We also know about what Gundogan can actually do last season in front of goal as well. But it's also with that, then having the legs of Bernardo Silva. It's like Bernardo Silva's like got the legs like Kante, but he's also fucking sexy. But he's sexy with it as well. It's like,
well, Del, if you notice, right, when Rodri, Gundogan, and Bernardo play, what happens in the game is that Gundogan has license to go forward, almost as a false nine, and then Bernardo drops back to help out. You know, it's about control and then the creativity and the intelligence of Gundogan running in that false nine position.
One of the best games I think to watch before the derby, we picked a team on Feed the Goat and we got it perfect.
And by the way, guys, that's a very good channel. I was on that channel. Feed the Goat, follow that channel. Amazing channel. Go ahead.
So we picked the team and we got it perfectly. And we had a couple of United fans on the show. And I started moving the teams about and I said, I'm sorry, but as you get the ball, this is what's going to happen. I started moving the players forward into the positions they would take when the ball is in the United half. And I said, I'm sorry, but with Bernardo Silva, Gundogan, De Bruyne, Rodri, Foden dropping back, you're not getting the ball back. Now, that game, for me, summed up our midfield. The dominance in the derby this season because of Rodri, Bernardo Silva, Gundogan, De Bruyne, and the way it's so fluid. The way, like you said, 1 minute De Bruyne's false nine, next minute Bernardo Silva's false nine, but it's like they just rotate and the ball, it's just so beautiful to watch. It's perfect football, to be frank with you. Like, and Pep's got the perfect players. It's like, this is the Pep team. It's just perfect, man.
Yeah, you know what? Look, before we close everything,
I mean, Ty had a point to make real quick.
I wanted to talk to Ty before we close. Ty, I know we're talking about Southampton and Man City, but for me, look, I love talking football, so it doesn't matter if we divert away from the topic. Let me just ask you yourself, Ty. Somebody said in a space that he doesn't think that Chelsea, what Tuchel has is players yet. And he doesn't think that the players that Tuchel has are good enough for him to implement his system. Do you agree with this, or you think it's just excuses?
That's a good question. So, Kyle and I have talked about this, right? And I think a couple of days ago we were talking about Tuchel changing his style, his system to a 4-4-2, and I was like, it wouldn't work for us. Like, we don't have the personnel to do a 4-4-2.
4-3-3. Sorry.
All right, 4-3-3 instead of 3-5-2 or 4-3 or 3-4-3. And I'm like, we don't have the personnel to do it. If you look at every time we play 4 in the back, regardless of who's there, Rudiger is going to be there, and it's probably going to be Silva and somebody else. We concede goals, right? Because I just feel like we don't have the personnel. We don't have a world-class right back like you guys have, right?
Well, thank you.
Like Liverpool has, right? We don't have that. And on the left back, our best left back is out, which is Ben Chilwell. He's better than Alonso defending. It's not the best in the world, but it's better.
Chilwell's very good. Chilwell's very good.
Chilwell's very good defending, so we don't have that. So he has to play the system that is like, which is 3 in the back, and use the width. The problem with using the width with Alonso, Alonso is good going forward. Is like Desk with Barcelona, but he can't defend. He can't chase anybody. He can take anybody can take him on one-on-one and beat him and force him to foul them. So so in a way they're kind of right. He doesn't have the personality that he needs to run his system perfectly. So you have to try to substitute and get players in any way you can. So that's my answer to your question. But the point I was gonna make earlier.
Go ahead.
Now, so Kyle and I talk about. I always talk about this all the time. That a lot of time when we're setting up our team, we forget to look at the opponent. I don't know if you guys talked about it earlier. Look at what you're facing. What is the possible issue you could have? I'm looking at Southampton players. You guys, I don't want to say the game is going to be relatively easy. The biggest threat you have is Ward-Prowse and Broger, right? Ward-Prowse through set plays and Broger through his movement. Broger reminds me of a player like Danny Ings that could be a sleeper for like 20, 30 minutes, and all of a sudden, boom, 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 he's moved somewhere and then get off a goal. The good thing is Cancelo, I think you would keep an eye on him from the left side, but you got to worry about the 2 center backs not falling asleep, right? I don't think if you go with Stone, I think Stone is smart enough to keep an eye on him. If you go with Diaz, you have to be careful with Diaz not fouling, just rushing to play. Outside of those 2, there's not really, any player in Southampton that I really, really kind of fear. And they have.
What about Redmond? Don't you fear Redmond? Nathan Redmond.
Redmond, I'm sorry. Redmond is past his prime.
I agree with that.
He should be in championship. I don't know him personally, so I'm not taking any jabs, but I think he should be in championship at his age. He should be there with the girls.
Wait, does anybody have anything else to say before we close up?
The only thing I'm going to say, Patrick, is that was the. You're a clever guy. That question to Ty was perfect, and you got the exact clip you wanted about Reece James. That was exactly what you were looking for.
No, I just wanted to know.
It was the way you went. It's the way when he said we haven't got a good enough right back. You were like, "Thank you."
Oh yeah, no. Because there was a time when
James,
like Tay, I just troll sometimes, but my trolling is just for. It's harmless.
Patrick is a gentleman. He's not going to do it. But I
he's
think
a good host. He's a very good host. He asks loaded questions. Loaded questions.
That was a set of questions.
Yeah, I think over the next 2 weeks, I think after this game this weekend, we have a break in the Premier League until I think February. So what's going to happen between that time? We'll have lots of conversations around. Looking forward to the Champions League, and we look at all the games.
Yeah,
so not just all the English teams games, all the Champions League games. We look at that. We'll bring Ty on because Ty and I used to do a Champions League review. We'll look at the FA Cup coming up. We'll look at all those games. So just stay tuned for more. I'm broadcasting also on Afrobeat Live Fan Zone, which is Ty and I have we run that as well. So we're running on multiple
platforms. Twitter Space as well. We will be doing one tomorrow as well after the game.
Right.
Yeah.
So
actually, I'd like to thank you for that, Adam. As I was saying before, there's not a lot of City fans gathering together. I don't know if you've seen it, Dub. We are always jumping in other people's spaces. So thank you for that, Adam.
Yeah, it's good, man. 100%. We need to come together more. 100%. That's what City's fan base needs to start doing. We need to start coming together more.
Well, I don't know. Probably what time is the game at tomorrow?
5:30.
11:30
in England.
5:30 England.
11:30 Texas time.
12:30
International. A lot of international times.
Yeah, good luck against Tottenham. I know you're going to win that game anyways because Tottenham are just, I don't know. It's just...
Hopefully Tottenham can win.
Wait, listen.
What else we won, man?
We just need.
I want Chelsea to be out of the top 4.
We just need a Palace win. We need a Palace win badly. A Palace win, and
that's all we need. Yeah, that's all.
Timothy, you've been trying for watch out for Walcott. Come on, who's Walcott in 20? Oh, let me not say that. Oh my God, I made a mistake. Why did I jinx that? I said who's Walcott in 2022.
Imagine.
Imagine.
Now
so
Walker's still quicker than him. It's fine.
Yeah, he is. So guys, look, So guys, I'd like to thank all of you, Ty, Mike, Carl, as always, pleasure, Adam. Dubs, thanks for coming on, Dubs. I hope we continue working together, all of us. Oh, hi to the little one there.
Hello, my wife went to the city.
I have that all the time, bro.
He keep killing because this is where he want to be.
Yeah, that's where he wants to be. He wants to be next to Daddy. Yeah,
listen, he be getting up early watching the games, and I'm telling you, he's not taking his eyes off the TV.
Listen, my daughter's first game she watched, and it meant she had to stay up late, was when we won the Carabao Cup against Liverpool on penalties.
Oh yeah,
my daughter was like about 9 months old, wouldn't take her eyes off the screen.
Yeah.
You have to start them young, You have to start them young.
Yeah.
So look, guys,
I'm gonna take him to England so you can see the game.
I know. We'll see. We might go together because me and Carl are planning on going for the April game. We might.
When are you planning to go?
Yeah, for
I think probably March. Maybe March. That's
March. Okay. Let me know.
The tickets are out for the Villa game on the last day of the season. The tickets are out already. So.
Oh yeah.
That's not a bad one.
Trophy
lifted.
If I'm able to
I'm here to get the tickets for the World Cup. Anyone of y'all going to the World Cup?
Yeah, I might do still.
No. We all need to link up because I need to know where everybody's staying because I'm trying to buy my tickets right now.
All right.
Okay, guys, that's goodbye from me. And for the guys who are watching, I hopefully you had a fantastic time. As always, we all love talking about football here. We're students of the game. Me and Carl, we're also going to do, he forgot one important thing. I don't know why Carl forgot this. We are going to be doing the African Cup of Nations and discuss that. Carl, shame on you. Malawi made it for the first time in their life and you forgot that. So look, we're going to discuss that. And Ty, you're more than welcome. Mike, you're more than welcome to feature. And Adam, you're more than welcome to feature. Even Daps, you're more than welcome to feature. But guys, subscribe to the channel, subscribe to Pitch Point, subscribe to Ty's channel, subscribe to Daps' channel, and always subscribe to Trucis and Fun channel. Where can they find you, Daps? Let me just let you advertise yourself. Where can they find you, Daps?
So Twitter, MCFC Daps. Never a Foul is the main channel, but that's a bit quiet at the moment. And then our city channel that we've just started building is Feed the Goat, which I'm doing match day vlogs, 2 shows a week and whatever. So the main one I'm pushing right now, to be honest, is Feed the Goat. So yeah.
Yeah, I've noticed you're there a lot more than the other one.
Yeah, it's just you know what, the heart's blue. So.
Okay, cool. What about yourself, Ty? Where can they find you?
Carl now on Afrobeat Live. One word Afrobeat Live on YouTube and Instagram and all that stuff. Personally, I'm Ty Fack. But Afrobeat Live is the one. We also have fan zone shows on the Afrobeat Live. So
okay, right. Okay. What about yourself, Carl? Where can they find you as always?
At Pitch Points, and then Twitter at Gunalorian. You see my controversial tweets and comments.
You can also find him. You can also find him on Space.
Carl is worse than me. Like Twitter be complaining to me like
I'm just all about disruption. That's all on Twitter. But I'm calm on YouTube at Pitch Points, and of course Afrobeat Live Fan Zone as well. We see our shows on there as well. But
what about Adam and Mike? Where can they find you?
Oh no, you find me on Twitter, easy. My name Michael Jack 2. That's it. I'm the City fan in my comment. That's it.
Me,
I have no followers, but I have the most posts. Okay.
And the cutest little boy as well.
Yeah.
And the cutest little baby. Oh yeah, because Twitter be deleting me all the time. No, I gotta be careful.
I'm on my 3rd strike, but I've lost so many accounts. It's mad.
Okay, so that's good.
I haven't been deleted yet.
So that's goodbye from all of us. Goodbye from all of us. Till next time. I know that City are going